can, how you make things bigger is you drag to the right, drag the top circle to the right, and smaller you drag to the left. Then to vary, like, okay, maybe flow is a bit, okay, flow is something like opacity, how much you want to erase in that area. So if my flow is very low, you erase very little. But if my flow is like super high, 100%, then you erase like most things over there. So it's like pressure in a way. Okay, maybe that's a bit too advanced. Okay. Okay, if at any point you're confused or if you feel like I'm going too fast, feel free to let me know. Okay, erase everything. Okay. I can just clear. Yeah, tap on this. Okay, so this on the right, the bar on the right is the layers bar. For phone users, you have to tap on top right beside the color wheel. There's two diamonds stacked on top of each other. That's the layer menu. Okay, great. Okay, so make sure that you're on above this layer, above this so that you should be seeing two layers. One is background and one is the layer we are supposed to work on. So don't touch the background one, just leave it as white. And we're gonna sketch. Oh, okay. We're gonna sketch something. Okay, let's sketch a circle. Okay, so for this one, right, I want you to turn on this predictive drawing, the S shape. For phone users, I don't think you don't have this function. Yes, then you have to eyeball it. Okay, it's a okay, you can try your best to draw a nice circle.
Oh, she has.
Oh, she has meh?
Yeah, she said she has.
Oh, okay, that's great. Okay, that's great. Then you can just draw a nice circle. Okay, the level will be how much you want the AI to predict your strokes. Okay, just show an example. Maybe okay, paintbrush. Okay, paintbrush. Circle. Then you'll become a circle. Let's say like I do a very like look like flower, but once you can tell like the thing will become smoother. So you try to draw like a circle, then you'll just become a circle. Yes. So but if I go lower, right, then I have to, if I draw something like this, right, then it won't do anything to it lah, cause the level is too low. It won't be smoothened out or anything. So I usually keep it around the middle so that my the curves that I want to be curves will still remain as curves instead of like becoming a straight line. Yeah, so example is like this, it will still stay as a straight line. If I go too high, the AI might think I want to draw a straight line. So that's not what I want. Okay, so try to keep it at the middle.
Right. How do you clear everything again? How do you clear everything at once?
Okay, you can undo. The undo button is here. Then for the phone users, you have to open the small button, the small circle button again. Then at the left bottom corner, there's a undo button. Or you can double tap that corner, but I usually just press the button. Then for iPad user, there is a gesture function for that, but I find it easier to just press the button here, cause like swiping it's quick access. Yeah, quicker. Okay, let's draw a circle. Okay, draw a circle already. Okay, now let's move this circle in the middle. So it's this button here. Okay, I repeat again. Is this one. Okay, beside the paint tool bucket. Okay, so centralize. Okay, just eyeball it. Okay, done. Okay, then we're gonna fill this up. Okay, you might have to press 2 times because you can see like some parts are not filled up. You can press 2 times, or you can increase the tolerance level so that it will be pretty much filled, but okay, not that great. Still have to press 2 times. Okay, just press 2 times. Okay, once you have this, we're gonna remove the center because donut have holes in the center. Okay, we'll keep my brush. Okay, change the eraser now. Okay, then we're gonna erase the center. Okay. Okay, you might be wondering why I use blue for my donut, but it's okay. We can change the color later. I'll show you how to change it. Not using the paint tool, we are going to use something else. Okay, do a nice circle in the middle, erase. Okay, you should be getting this. Okay, thumbs up if you're done. Okay, I see quite a few thumbs up. Alright, okay. Now I'm gonna teach you how to change this color into something that you want. Okay, so for iPad users, go to look at there's these two buttons. One is the I button and one is the lock button. This lock button is the transparency lock. So it will lock the transparency. So places that are already transparent, when you draw over it, it wouldn't affect. There wouldn't be anything drawn there. So let's say I'm not on transparency, like I never lock my transparency, then I can draw over. Okay, maybe I use a different color, show better. Okay, yes, you can see I can still draw at areas that are not blue. Let's say I lock my transparency. Now, right, when I color, only those parts will become a different color. This is like an advantage of digital art over traditional art. Okay, in a way you're creating a mask. Okay, let's find a nice donut skin color. Okay, yes, how you change color is pretty intuitive. It's the circle below the brush circle. Okay, I'm just gonna eyeball this. Okay, this. Okay, then change back to the paintbrush. Okay. Oh, my transparency not locked. Okay, lock the transparency. You just color it. Alright, now, okay, let's create a new layer. This is gonna be the icing now. I'll create too many layers. Okay, make sure that you are on the next layer, the second layer.
It's different.
Hmm? Okay. For phone users, right, it's the same thing. Just tap on the button beside the color wheel and add a new layer on top of the donut layer. Okay, make sure you're on that layer. Okay, let's choose a nice color for. Okay, choose a random color, or you can. Okay, then we'll decide on the color later. Okay, let's say I randomly a brighter color, then I can see what I'm drawing. Okay, maybe I choose this color. Okay, make sure your predictive stroke is on, so the lines will be nice and smooth. Okay, I'm gonna redraw this. Okay, it looks a bit bad. How's everyone doing? Ooh.
Can you show the transparency locking again?
Sure. Alright. Okay, so in the donut one, right, you see these two buttons here, the eyeball and the lock. Okay, so the lock, right, if I don't have the transparency lock, right, I can draw over the areas that are white, the background color basically. But if I have my transparency lock on, even if I color outside, right, it wouldn't show on the background.
I see.
You only color on the areas with colors already. So the white parts are pretty much transparent. Yeah, why I cannot undo? It's hanging. Where we restart this?
Is it autosave? Is it autosave?
It's autosave.
Okay.
So this is what happens when you turn on your predictive stroke and then you just anyhow scribble. Then your AI will get confused and it takes a while for the app to respond. Okay, I'll go ahead and make a nice icing layer. Why keep becoming circle? I don't want circle. Never mind. Okay lah, later we'll correct this. Okay. Okay, go ahead and fill this up. Okay. Okay, now right, okay, turn this layer off. We are going to do something that digital art offers. Okay, so go to your donut layer, press the button, this button. This is the lasso selection tool. Make sure you're on the first option. No, sorry, the second option. This is the magic wand tool. So you just tap on the middle, in the middle of the donut. Then you select that area only. So this area, right? Now, don't touch anything. Just tap on, unhide the icing layer and go to that icing layer. So don't do anything yet, okay? Okay, everyone on this page first. Like, do this first, then I'll move on. This one quite tricky. Once you're done, thumbs up.
Divya, is it okay?
Dying.
Okay, let me see where's your... Let me take a look. Okay, for yours, right, it's the button beside the menu button. Okay,
Selection.
so there are tools, yeah, selection, correct. Then, oh, you don't have magic wand. Do you have a magic wand? You don't have magic wand. Okay, that kind of sucks. Okay, no worries. You can manually erase the circle also. That's another option. Okay. Alright, now select the eraser, and erase this. You can bring up the size of the eraser, make it easier.
The eraser on the...
Okay, yes. Then, okay, for phone users, since you don't have the magic wand, you just need to go to the icing layer and then use the eraser tool and erase a circle also. Okay, is everyone...
The eraser is...
Yeah, eraser, Divya, for eraser, right, you have to tap on the brush circle, then you go scroll until you find an eraser under legacy, hard eraser.
Okay.
Very good.
Wait, sorry, like for the thing with the icing one, you're supposed to color fill the icing first before you do the magic wand thing, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
How do I stop the eraser from being like fuzzy, like to completely?
Fuzzy, yeah. I think it's the eraser you're choosing. Is it hard eraser? There's two, one soft, one hard.
Oh, it says, what is this, cashmere? How do I?
Cashmere.
Change?
Yours is okay. You have to look under the legacy tab. Yours, yeah. Okay, nice.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, there are many different types of brushes that you can explore. Okay.
Ray, are you okay? You mentioned something about the layer. Have you got that okay?
So you can repeat the part like after you do the magic wand thing, then after the next step.
Okay, let me undo. Okay, so you selected the area already, right? Then now you unhide. Is your icing hidden?
Oh no, I'm supposed to hide it first, is it?
Yeah, hide it first. Then go to the donut layer. Okay, go to donut layer. Then press the magic wand selection tool. Then press the circle in the middle, which is the hole lah. Okay, now don't do anything. Now just follow what I do. Okay, now unhide the icing layer. Okay, the selection is still on, right? Okay, then go to the icing layer, press the icing layer, then change your tool to a eraser. Your selection should still be on lah. Then you just erase. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then you will, okay.
Yes. So it will only erase the part that you selected.
Okay,
Yes.
can.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Okay, now you can shape your. Go back to paintbrush. You can shape your. Slowly shape out your icing, make it look a bit nicer. Okay. Make sure that you turn off the selection tool. Okay, just tap it again to make sure that you turn it off. Then you go to paintbrush. Then you can draw on other areas now. So nothing's selected. Okay.
I went to like lock it to draw on it, but it still ends up drawing on the white parts.
Are you on the right layer?
Yeah, I'm on the layer above it.
Okay, let me see. Did you okay, try to hide the background. You should see checkered boxes like this. This is to indicate transparency. So it shows like your donut layer and your icing layer, they are both like only those two colors are in the canvas. There's no white. Only the background is white.
I see that.
Okay. Okay, it will take some time. Once you're done with your icing, comfortable with it, you can lock the transparency and change the color if you have not done already. Okay, good enough. Okay, gonna press lock the transparency. Okay, what color should I make? Yeah, make a purple one. Or like a hot pink. Yes, gonna be a hot pink one. Okay. For iPad users, there's actually another way for you to change the size. It's this slider here. Yeah, so there's two ways. One is the slider and one is this palette. You just drag the palette. Okay, whichever's easier for you. Okay, now it's a pink donut. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now you can start thinking of what you want to put on the donut. Okay, maybe like if you have seen the poster for this workshop, I put like fruits on the donut, so you can do that also. Okay, maybe like what should I do?
Something easy.
Something easy.
but nice.
Do a strawberry. Okay.
That works.
A strawberry on. Okay, a strawberry. Color might be weird, but
I think it's fine.
I think hot pink is a bit hard to work with. Yeah, okay lah. Okay, maybe a light. What else is pink?
Peach.
Peach is pink also.
Wait, I went to borrow an iPad, right? Anyway, so if I select magic wand, how do I apply it? And what layer am I supposed to?
Oh, what layer? Okay, so you hide your icing layer. Hide it.
Okay.
Then go to the donut. Then press the center of the donut, which is the hole. Press the hole.
Okay, I was trying to draw it and it obviously wasn't working.
Okay, but you have magic wand now.
Yes,
Everything will be
yes,
easier. Okay, now it's selected, right? Don't touch anything. Don't touch any other tool. Unhide your icing layer and go to your icing layer. So
Okay.
the selection should still be there.
Yes.
Okay, then you change to eraser. You erase it. Erase the icing in the selection.
Okay. Wait, but I haven't drawn my icing yet. Do I have to do that now?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, okay. I will do a pink strawberry.
That works.
Do a pink strawberry. Okay, meanwhile I will start to draw a pink strawberry on a new layer. This one try to keep different colors on different layers, so that'll be easier to manipulate later. You'll see why later. Okay, I'm just gonna draw the corner first, then I can move it later on. Okay, it's okay, the size a bit fuzzy. I'm gonna turn down the size so it's less fuzzy. These brushes sometimes like they tend to fuzz up when the size is too big. Remember, you can use your predictive tool to make your lines or edges smoother. Okay. Now I'm going to draw the leaf. Okay, I'm going to make a new layer. Leaf. The green color pots. Okay, pick a random green. Okay, is green? Okay. No. Is green. Okay. Okay. I can draw the outline out first.
Wow. It looks pretty good, in my opinion.
Thanks. Okay, you can use the bucket tool, but you can also color. So whichever you're more comfortable with. Usually small areas I will just color directly, but for bigger areas like the donut, right, I will use the bucket tool. Why does it show? Why is this not centralized? Okay, for iPad users, right, if you look at this, by right the leaf is supposed to be centralized in the preview for the layers, but it's not, which means I have something on the right which I'm not seeing.
Is there a way to shift my strawberry down? Like, I think it's really too high.
Yeah, you can. Okay, so you want to shift both down, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, unfortunately you can't select both of them at the same time, so you have to move them down one by one.
Okay.
It's the tool beside the paint bucket fill, the bucket tool.
Oh, okay.
This one, yes, and then you can move down.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna introduce something a bit more advanced for the iPad users. There's this tool here, it's called the nudge button. Okay, where's my button? Okay, so for this, right, this tool, look like a joystick. Can I call it joystick? These controllers,
Yeah.
these controllers will pop out, and then you can just tap. It's like your arrow keys, and you just tap to nudge it into a correct place. Yeah. This is usually for when you are when you want to have more precision in your moving of objects.
Oh, sorry. What do you press to bring that up again?
Okay, so you press this, right? Then you press the second button, the second tool.
Okay.
Yeah. Where is my... Oh. Okay, my leaf is gone. Never mind. Yeah, make sure you don't move the object out of the canvas. It will just disappear. Yes, so I'm just going to redraw it. Okay, so we have flat colors now. All the flat colors. So we're going to add some shading later. Okay, I'm just going to do one. Okay, so if you want to have multiple fruits on the multiple of the same fruits on the donut, you can just do one. Later we're gonna duplicate it. Okay, everyone done with their fruit?
Yes.
Okay, can. Okay, now we shall start shading. Okay, let's go back to our donut layer. Okay, donut layer. Now select this, which is the airbrush. Okay, adjust it to a nice size, suitable size. Then okay, now for iPad users, right? Now you need to use your finger, hold down. This thing is the eye drop. It should pop out. And you drag and select the color. Okay, so we have the color of the donut ready. Now we need to find like a darker shade for it. Okay, so as long as it's darker, usually I will move along the color wheel to find the shadow color for the shadow. Okay, it's a bit tricky, but yes, maybe I'll settle for this color. Okay, let's try. Okay, so make sure the transparency lock is on. Okay, lock the transparency. Airbrush the edges. Okay, so just airbrush the edges. Okay, maybe leave a bit of highlights. Okay, this is a bit too much. Okay, so you can see that there's one part that's brighter than the other side. So if I hide the icing layer, this is what's going on at the bottom. Okay, everyone gotten here? Okay, one thumbs up.
I think you better repeat that.
Better repeat this.
The airbrush, that was a bit complicated.
Okay, let's undo. Gonna undo this. Okay, so make sure you're on the donut layer. Then make sure the lock is locked. Yes, transparency lock is on. Okay, now whichever tool you're using, change it to an airbrush. Let's say I was at paintbrush. Now find the airbrush, which should be the third one. So it's this one. Or you can go to the main brush, the one with the full brush. Then go to the library. Then it should be the one I'm using is I can't really find the one. If you didn't change the default tools on the left, it should be the third one. But if you did, we need to find the airbrush.
It's basic. The top.
The basic. Oh yeah, this one. I mean, I already selected. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so the basic. And it's flow airbrush. There are other other brushes you can try also. I think coarse watercolor you also can use. This one you can explore a bit. You can either use flow airbrush or coarse watercolor. Okay. For coarse watercolor, again, it will look something like this. Then you can zoom in and see like there's some details. Look like paper. Look like you're drawing on paper. Some textures lah. But for the airbrush, it will be smooth. It doesn't look coarse. Okay, just just airbrush or watercolor the edges of the donut to go along the donut edges.
Can I like undo and airbrush in a specific place?
Undo and airbrush a specific, nope. You can only undo the previous action. Yeah.
But you can erase the airbrush, right?
You can, but since you're working on the donut layer, and you can't use the eraser tool when your transparency is locked. And if you do, you will erase the donut. Okay, so I show you what I mean by that. Okay, let's say I turn off. Okay, my transparency lock is on. If I erase, it will show me this error. Transparency is locked. You cannot use it. You cannot use the eraser tool. But let's say I turn it off. Now I can erase, but the thing is, I will also erase the donut I'm working on. Yeah. So maybe right, you can change the color to this color. There's two color, right? One darker, one lighter. So the original skin color of the donut. You select that, and then make sure you're still on airbrush, so we keep the same textures.
Oh yeah, that works. Thanks.
Okay. I think for people who are using the watercolor one, right? Because this brush is specifically made to mimic how watercolor acts like in real life. It means that once you have a darker color already, you can't apply a lighter color on it. Does that make sense? Like there's a hierarchy of brightness. So usually for watercolor we start from light to dark, so it's not the dark to light. So just something to keep in mind. All these brushes are very, yeah, they try to be more realistic lah. Alright, is everybody done with applying some contours to their donut? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, 3 thumbs up. Hey. Oh wait. How do I bring this back up? Okay,
Can?
do I need to go back to the... Oh, okay, can. Okay. Okay, once you're done, let's bring back the icing layer. We're gonna do the same thing, shading the icing layer. Make sure the transparency lock is on. Okay, select this color. Just use your finger, hold down, you select the color. Then we change it to a darker shade. Okay, maybe this one. Okay. Then make sure you're using the airbrush. Oops, not transparent. I'm not on the right layer. Okay. Make sure on the right layer, transparency lock. And then do the edges also, just the edges. Okay, effects not very strong. Okay, if you find like the depth or like the doesn't look 3D enough, you can make some parts darker by choosing a darker color. Yeah, and if you can also add some highlights. Highlights are the parts that the light will shine on. Okay, so I use a lighter color. Usually highlights are of a lighter color. Okay, so okay, looks okay. Okay, I'm gonna select the dark color again because I want to shade this part. Okay. Okay, so now, like a little bit of art theory lah.
The contrast makes it 3D lah.
Yeah, the contrast makes it 3D. So light is coming from here. So this part will be darker and this part will be darker. This part will be lighter. Yeah. Okay, now it's looking 3D. Okay, now, okay, we're gonna do the same thing, shading to the strawberry. Okay, so this is the reason why I kept the leaf and the strawberry, the pink color part separate, the green and the pink color part separate. So like when I do the shading, it will make my life easier. Okay, lock this. Okay, go a bit reddish. When you do this, it will be beneficial to know a bit on color theory, what colors will work well together and what colors won't. Although you can break the color theory rules sometimes to achieve certain effects. For this course, we'll just keep it simple.
Oh, the complement is the opposite sides of the color wheel.
Yes, it is. It is the opposite. Yeah, it is a complement. Complement is a green. That's why like in nature got a lot of complementary colors. Yes. It's like the Joker has green, like, okay, that's not complementary colors, but they are like yeah, they are colors that work well together. That's why they are chosen lah. So you won't see, wow, I don't like the color combi, but it's a good color combi. It's like green and Christmas, green and red. It's a combi that I don't really like, but complementary colors. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. Let me know when you're done with your fruits.
You can add spots also, right, to the body?
Yep. So you can do that after you are done with your strawberry. Okay. If you are kiasu, you can create a new layer for the spots. But if you are confident, you can just directly draw on the body. Okay, I'm just gonna do on the new layer. Okay, this time you can use a different brush, not airbrush anymore, use paintbrush. Okay, I'll add some white seeds. Yes, draw some white seeds. Okay. Okay, now, okay, I'm gonna do, okay, everyone get to this part first. I'm gonna do something new next. Once you're done, thumbs up. Okay, red is done. Okay, let's wait for the rest. Okay, William's done also.
What tool do you use for the spots?
Oh, I use paintbrush. Okay. All these tools I'm using are just suggestions. So you can actually, for the spots, you can try to explore also. Yeah. Okay, maybe like I'll bring an example. Maybe I use technical pen or like ink, tattoo inker. Yeah, the texture is different. So unlike the paintbrush, it has a, you see these lines they create, like unlike the paintbrush, like this, it's like, it's a bit more realistic. It resembles the marker. Okay. Okay, Divya, you done?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will move on. Okay, now we're gonna merge the fruits, the fruit layers. So how you merge, right? You press the layer, then there's a merge button here. Don't press the merge off, just press the merge. Then you'll merge with the layer below it. Okay, then do the same thing. Okay, so now you have one strawberry. Then you can make many strawberries. Okay, once everyone is done merging, thumbs up. Okay, okay. Now time to duplicate it. Tap on the layer again. Then you'll see a duplicate. Then you'll make another layer. A copy of that layer on top of it. Then you can move it around. Oh, looks like I have some extra things going on. Okay, let me fix that first. Meanwhile, you can move the strawberry onto a different spot. Okay, let me just move this first. Okay lah. Okay, move it here. Make a duplicate. I can use my 2 fingers, drag it around, rotate it, can resize it even by pinching it. Actually, I think one's enough. Okay, never mind, let's show. Okay, 2 strawberries side by side. Okay, overlap also. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay, we're almost done. Now it's the sprinkles and drizzles. Sprinkles and drizzles. Okay, now create a layer in between the fruits and the icing layer. So tap on the icing layer, press that button, it will create the layer in between. If you can actually drag the layers around by long pressing it, holding it down for a longer time. You can drag it around, then place it at the right spot. Okay, now at the right spot. This part, I would. You can still use the paintbrush. Use the paintbrush, but you can try different brushes like the fountain pen, the technical pen, tattoo inker. Okay, maybe I'll try tattoo inker to just demo a bit. Okay, so you can see the texture that it creates.
It's quite cool, eh?
Yep. Okay, you can turn on the predictive, then you can make it smooth. Yeah, then, yep. Okay, don't worry if you color over this hole. We can remove the excess part using the same method we did at the start, which is the selection, the wand selection, and use eraser remove. Then I'll go through later to recap. Great. Okay, let's try a different tool. Coarse watercolor doesn't work very well with this. Okay. Okay, I think I will use the signature ink. Actually, signature ink is my favorite tool from Sketchbook. It gives a very traditional feel to the artwork. Yeah. Okay. We are doing it a bit more. Yeah. Okay. Okay, once you are satisfied, okay, I want to show you something. If I turn off the background layer, you can see this part, this center of the donut, it's like there are some lines that are not supposed to be there, like this thing and this. So we're gonna remove it. How we remove the icing. So go back to, actually you can either, okay, just go back to the icing layer, use the magic wand, make sure the transparency lock is off, and tap it, tap the whole of the donut. Now go back to your drizzle layer, just remove it using the eraser. Okay.
Voila.
Yeah. Okay, now you can tap the selection tool again and tap again to make sure you are not using that tool. Okay. Okay, now bring back the background layer. Okay, if you want to add more details, you can add some rainbow rice. Yes, rainbow rice. I would use paintbrush to do this. Eh, why did it disappear? It disappeared. Okay, never mind. Maybe the bug. Okay, for this you can keep all of them the same color for now. Later we can use transparency lock to change the colors. Okay. Then I will lock the transparency. Maybe I'll have some green color sprinkles. So once I select it, I will go over the sprinkle that I want to be green using the paintbrush. Maybe I'll change color now. Okay, I want this color now. Okay, your donut is done.
Sorry, can you show the lasso tool again?
Alright, okay. So you want to remove the sprinkle, right? I mean the drizzle, right? Okay, now go to either the icing layer or the donut layer, whichever you want. Okay, go icing layer. Select using the magic wand, tap the center, tap the hole. Once you tap the hole, go to your sprinkle layer. Go to sprinkle layer, then use the eraser tool, then drag and erase. I can demo that once more. Okay, let's have I have this going on. Like I have this giant drizzle going on. Then maybe what will make it easier, you hide this. You hide the icing layer. Not icing layer. The sprinkle layer, hide it. Go to the icing layer, use the magic wand, select, and then turn on the blue color. Turn on the drizzle again. Then you can use the eraser. Okay, go make sure you're on the drizzle layer. Use eraser and erase. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Actually, I kind of like this.
Let's just leave it there then.
Okay, let's go leave it there. It looks not bad. Okay, so if you want to be a bit more fancy, you can add some shading to your drizzles also. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do for the blue color drizzle. Alright, I'm gonna add some on the edges.
Airbrush again, right?
Yeah, use airbrush again. Okay, for the rest of this, the time you can ask me some questions.
How do you save it and then export it?
Oh, okay. Yes, that's very important. Hang on. Okay. Okay, once you're satisfied, you can press this menu button again. Now you can save. Save to gallery. Save to gallery. Make sure you save the gallery first. Then now you can press save again. Export to files. Then you can save it on your iPad or like wherever you want to save it. You can rename it Donut. My first donut. Yeah, save it. Yeah, save.